We are live, baby. It is championship week. Wolfpack, what up, what up? Let's wait until we get some people in here, man, and start getting those questions answered, get those lineups set. I'm doing it a little bit earlier, so doing it earlier than what I would have done it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, because this is the championship, people. There is no time to waste. We need to get these starting lineups set up. Need to be set up with the tools, the knowledge, and to have the right decisions today, people. I mean, a lot of people have been celebrating the Alvin Kamara, 60 freaking points basically. But I feel like a lot of people have a chance to come back. They have a chance to redeem themselves. Obviously, I'm talking about myself because he kind of took me out on a Friday. And I usually don't get taken out on Fridays. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But hey, what can we do? Let's get some starting questions in now. It's early. I'll be on for a while. I'll be on for a little bit longer than before. A lot of people just now waking up, looking at the starting lineups, and it's kind of like, hey, let's make the right decisions today, people. I see you guys in here. Drop the comments. Drop questions. Let's go. Let's get it started while I share the link on my phone. Hey, fuck it. I'm going to start it off. But, yeah, so the first person I'm going to talk about is Logan Thomas today. It should be obvious with Terry McLaurin out with an ankle injury. So, therefore, somebody has to get those targets correct. He's the number 2 target on that team right now. We just have to pray to God that Haskins does not fuck this up. If Haskins fucked this up, we are all fucked. You know what I mean? To having Logan Thomas starting our lineups. But I think a sneaky sleeper that you possibly could pick up if you're a Terry McLaurin, owner and you're in the championship and you're probably thinking like, damn, what do I do now? I have no scary Terry. Cam Sims, man. I think this would be a nice little sleeper. I think he'll act just like as Tyron Johnson, with Keenan Allen out. I think those two, I feel like these two are going to put their capes on today. They're going to be superheroes. They're going to do their damn thing. So I definitely think that's a nice little plug and play there if you're without Terry McLaurin. But if you have Logan Thomas, and I know a lot of people are stuck in between Logan Thomas and they're stuck between Mark Andrews, like some of those combinations, and like, hey, man, you got to start your studs. Like you invested very high on Mark Andrews, and he's going against the Giants. Man, I can't see myself sitting Mark Andrews for a Logan Thomas. That's where I'm fucked up at right now. I can't see myself doing that. So obviously I'm telling the people who are stuck in situations like that to start their studs, start the investment, start Mark Andrews. They're going against the Giants, so I don't really think it would be that big of a deal of them having, issues getting him the ball. Even with, Marquise Brown playing, he's one of the guys that I'm sitting this week, today. He's donezo for me, forever. But I think we need to sit him for the simple fact he's dealing with a knee injury, which could possibly aggravate it, and he could be taken out of the game. So with that being said, those targets got to go somewhere as well. And we know Mark Andrews is very good down the middle, and hopefully Lamar Jackson hits him, man. Hopefully Lamar Jackson and him, they settled their beef. They settled whatever they had going on, and hopefully we can get, the Mark Andrews that we love and knew about, last season. But the link is shared. Time to get off my phone, but time to lock in. So what was I talking about? Oh, Marquise Brown. So he's dealing with a knee injury. He's likely to play. I don't like the odds of him playing. He could be out. I don't understand why many people will be playing, rolling the dice, playing him in your starting lineup. This is not a good plug and play here, people. Mark Andrews, if you're on the fence about him with Logan Thomas, like I said, you got to start your studs. Like you got to start your investment. I definitely think, Marquise Brown dealing with a knee injury. He won't be playing at 100%. He won't be playing at his full potential. So it's not like you're going to see 100% Marquise Brown, even whatever that is, what we've seen. Not impressed. But anyway, Mark Andrews, I'm not too worried about. Thank you guys who are just joining. Make sure you like and subscribe. The people that are on YouTube right now, if you're on Twitter watching this, if you're on Facebook watching this, make sure you share the link so we can get more people in here. It's championship week, people. Let's bring home the gold, people. That's all it's about. That's all I want to do. I want to help you. Help me help you. You know what I mean? Drop some questions so we can get it started. But since I don't have any questions yet, I'm going to move on to DK Metcalf. Oof. I don't want to be a homer, but DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett is going to look very, very scary to be having in your starting lineups for the simple fact Jalen Ramsey exists. That Rams defense has been, just studs. I'm not going to talk about the Jets game, so no Jets jokes, but that defense has been looking crazy outside of that fucking Jets game. But anyway, Metcalf, Ramsey, if it's Ramsey, Lockett, I don't like the odds. I do not like the matchup. DK, Lockett just had a terrible game against Washington. Washington is definitely number 2 in the past. They showed it, and I believe it. And I definitely don't think this will be a great matchup for DK Metcalf going against Ramsey. I definitely don't think it'll be a great matchup for Lockett to go against Ramsey or that defense in general. It's a division game. A lot is on the line for this game. They're going to be playing their heart out. I'm not banking on Jared Goff to be anything other than what Jared Goff is, and that is mediocre, mid-tier, low-tier, whatever you want to call it when it comes to the fantasy world and in real life. So therefore, I'm able to bash my quarterback. You are not able to bash my quarterback. Let's get that straight. But moving on, speaking of Goff should not be in any championship starting lineups. If you have him in your starting lineup, I don't care if it's a super flex, get him the fuck out of there right now. Last time he faced the Seahawks, 11 points. You're expecting QB1 points against the Seahawks when they are terrible against the pass, when they're at the bottom of the table, when it comes to passing yards, when it comes to stopping the pass. They suck. But yet we have Jared Goff, and he only puts up 11 points. Who suffers in that? Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Those two suffer in those numbers. Tyler Higbee. You're probably thinking, damn, man, Tyler Higbee just popped off last week. Let me throw him in my starting lineup. No, you do not do that. This is not what happens. As a Rams fan, you should know I pay very close attention to these guys. I understand what McVay does. That was based on matchups. If Higbee couldn't pop off that game, Higbee sucks. And Higbee popped off. So therefore, there's that. But again, Jared Goff, mediocre, low tier. He should not be in your starting lineups. Next up, Tony Pollard against the Eagles, man. I got a question this morning if they should start Zeke or Pollard. They have both. A lot of people are in this situation as well. I definitely think, Pollard should get the bench. You know what I mean? I don't think there's enough volume there. I don't think there's going to be enough touches for Pollard to be fantasy relevant. It's going to be a hassle to have, Zeke healthy, to have Zeke there, basically just taking away touches we want Tony Pollard to get. We want Tony Pollard to be the guy, but it's not going to happen. It looks like Zeke is trending towards playing. I mean, it's 11:30 right now. We still haven't heard anything to confirm that he's playing or not. Not yet. I haven't checked my phone. Nope, nothing yet. So I think for the most part, Zeke is playing. It's not going to be enough volume there for Tony Pollard. He could pop off for like 10, 11 points, which is great. But, man, you're rolling that dice for expecting RB2 numbers out of Tony Pollard this week. But I don't think it's going to happen with Zeke playing because Zeke is just going to be pestering. Because if you look at a couple of weeks back, he putting up 8 points, 9 points, 6 points. It doesn't look good when he's the RB2, when he's behind Zeke. So with Zeke playing, I'm sitting Tony Pollard. But here's the kicker. Do you start Zeke? That's the problem. Do you start Zeke? Do you start Tony Pollard? Do you start Zeke with him being the RB1, him giving you mediocre? He is the bust of the year, people. I don't know if it was because, Zeke needs Dak or Dak needs Zeke or whatever the case may be. But damn, man. But you got to start Zeke this week, man, if you have no other options. If you're sitting, with depleted running backs right now, it's a championship, and you can't make stupid decisions, you got to start Zeke. You got to. He's going to get max touches. He's going to get the volume. I mean, the potential and opportunity is there. You're going to the RB1. That's the only reason why I would start Zeke over Pollard. It's very unfortunate, like I said, that Tony Pollard won't be able to get the max touches. Even if they did a 50-50 split, I might be leaning towards, still starting Zeke because at the end of the day, we can't say, Zeke totally sucks. Obviously, something's going on. He's probably dealing with injury, low key or whatever the case may be, but I don't know. I'm just moving away from that situation 100%. Moving on. Robbie Anderson and company. I'm going to say Robbie Anderson and company going against Washington. Oof. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like Robbie Anderson in my starting lineup right now. This is a bad matchup again. Number 2 against the pass. Washington is doing his damn thing on defense. I definitely think you need to double think and rethink your starting lineup with, any Carolina Panther in your starting lineup. But if I had to rank the wide receivers in Carolina for start, I guess it would be DJ Moore, and then it will be Curtis Samuel, and then Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson has been a little wishy-washy lately. DJ Moore, his 3 of last 4 games, he put up big points, 15 to 20 points, which is cool, which is great. But this matchup, I'm not a big fan of it. He's facing a top tier, defense against the pass, and that's definitely something I don't want any parts of. But moving on. Leonard Fournette, he did you justice. I don't need to talk much about him. Found the end zone, became fantasy relevant. Good job. Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is a question mark for me as well, but I definitely think Le'Veon Bell should be a full send. I don't think you should be too worried about Le'Veon Bell. He's getting RB1 load. He's on a high-power offense. It's Atlanta defense and not the best defense out there. So Mahomes should be slinging the rock. They should be getting in the red zone a lot of times. And we already have been seeing Le'Veon Bell getting a lot of running back one, goal line duty. You know what I mean? Even with CEH there. So CEH, we know, is terrible on the goal line. So if you take CEH out of that equation and then you add Le'Veon Bell is going to be seeing the passes out of the backfield. We've seen Le'Veon Bell when he was with Pittsburgh catching balls out of the backfield, even with the Jets. It is what it is. That's what he does. It's Le'Veon Bell. Then you're going to have Le'Veon Bell taking the goal line touches. Again, he was already doing that. So you're getting an RB1 against a mid-tier, low-tier defense this week against a high-power offense in Mahomes. So I definitely think it's a clear plug and play here with Le'Veon Bell in your starting lineups. I will flex him. I would definitely flex him. I would definitely have him there. He's gonna probably see the end zone once or twice, which will be great. You know what I mean? He redeems himself to being fantasy relevant. But when it comes to next year, I'm probably not going to touch Le'Veon Bell. I don't even know if what kind of deal he has with the Chiefs. I don't know if he stays. I don't know what exactly happens. But next year, I'm probably off the radar with Le'Veon Bell. Oh, we got a question. Decimated by injuries and COVID. Pollard, Johnson, Marvin Hall, Calvin, Fan, full PPR flex. What up, Coach? Make sure you like and subscribe for me. I know you're watching on Twitter right now, on Periscope. Man, how many do you need? You need one? If you need one, I'm sitting Pollard. I'm sitting Marvin Hall. I'm definitely sitting Goldman. Fant is an attractive play, but I got to go with Tyron Johnson here. Found the end zone back-to-back games. This could be the third week that he catches the end zone, so I definitely do like the opportunity. I do like the points. So I definitely will go with Tyron Johnson because Keenan Allen's not playing. If you were just now finding that out, Keenan Allen's not playing. So that's a clear plug and play. Moving on. Next up, I think I covered Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas should be an obviously plug and play. Scary Terry is out. So there's that. Going to cover Gibson. Now, Antonio Gibson, he's an attractive play. He's coming back from injury, but here's the thing. He's coming back from injury. He could aggravate that ankle again. He could end up being hurt. He could end up on a snap count. He could be limited or whatever the case may be because, believe it or not, somehow Washington still has playoff hopes. That division is completely trash. So, with that being said, Gibson, I don't know. He could be very disappointing this week. We're not getting 100% out of him. We might be getting like a 70% out of Gibson, maybe 40% out of Gibson. We don't know how healthy Gibson is. So, him playing today, man, it feels good that I can have him back, but I don't know if I put him into the starting lineup because, again, that ankle injury could be re-aggravated. All it takes is one wrong tackle, one wrong cut. It could be worse than what originally it was. So I fear that people are going to put him in the starting lineup, and then he's going to disappoint because he's only going to be on the field for like 30% of the time. 30% of snap opportunity does not help you bring home the gold, people. So that's my issue there, 100%. So Gibson coming back, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's not great, but I definitely think with Scary Terry out, J.D. McKisson's the obvious play. He's going to be, PPR machine today, being that Terry's out. They're going to need to spread that ball out. They're going to be able to do dump off screens, etc. J.D. is going to live and breathe there today, so he should be in starting lineups. Logan Thomas, obviously, he should be in starting lineups. He's coming off of 13 targets, 13 catches, 16 targets. Excuse me. Coming off a game like that, now with Scary Terry out of the way, it should be obvious plug and play here. So there's that. Cam Sims could be my sleeper, this week, a nice little plug and play if you're without Terry McLaurin. If McLaurin went out for you guys that he's dealing with an injury, if you were just now joining, he's not playing. So Cam Sims could be a little, plug and play. Could be a little sneaky play here, a little sleeper where he can fill in and take in that spot. Could possibly find the end zone as well. But, again, all this is based on if Haskins does not fuck up. Haskins, if you fuck this up, we'll find you. Moving on. Kareem Hunt. Oh my God, this should be a smash play. He's probably going to see like 16 targets out of the backfield, people. If you are just now learning that the Browns have lost their top 4 wide receivers, people, to COVID. So they have no wide receivers, basically. I don't know how they're going to pull this off. They're facing the Jets. This is probably like a must win, for the Browns. So I definitely think they'll be desperate. They'll pull something out of their ass. They're going to lean on Kareem Hunt in the passing game 100%. So this should be just an obvious plug and play as well. Now, when it comes to goal lines, we could be seeing Nick Chubb. We could be seeing both of them. We don't know. Excuse me. Moving on. Who haven't I covered yet? Oh, T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton against Pittsburgh, man. This is going to be very, very interesting. This is going to be Pittsburgh proving that they don't suck ordeal here. They're going to be like, oh, well, we need to have that bounce back. But I do not trust Phillip Rivers and T.Y. Hilton going against Pittsburgh defense. They're still a stud defense, man. They had their hiccups. They lost, a couple linebackers to injury. They lost, some momentum when it comes to, losing to Washington and then, losing against Cincinnati. That is embarrassing, people. But there's that. But overall, I definitely like that, T.Y. had his little spurt in the playoffs. Kind of helped you week 1 of the playoffs. Week 2, he was a little, you know what I mean? But I don't think this will be the week to start T.Y. Hilton. This is not the matchup that you go ahead and plug and play him. He should be on your bench, you know what I mean? Unless, again, you absolutely have to. If you have absolutely nobody with COVID, injuries, etc., then it is what it is. You're going to be rolling the dice with T.Y. Hilton against Pittsburgh, and I won't be that guy. Moving on, I got a few more. I covered JD. I covered golf. Tyron Johnson, back-to-back games, he found the end zone. Keenan Allen is out with a hamstring injury, I believe. He is not playing. He's not traveling with the team, et cetera, et cetera. I definitely think he could be a nice little plug-and-play potential to have, between 10 to 15 points with possibly finding the end zone. I do like those odds. Denver, this division game as well, a little wishy-washy on the defense as well. Seems like they're really good at stopping the run. So I think this will be the plug-and-play here for Tyron Johnson to find the end zone again. Back-to-back weeks. There'll be 3 weeks in a row that he'll find the end zone. Mark it, book it, bring home the gold, people. Damn, who else did I have? I forgot. One more person. That's why I need you guys to be dropping questions. You guys are watching, but not dropping questions. Drop some questions. Okay, it's been confirmed that Haskins is starting again today, obviously, against the Panthers, blah, blah, blah. What we got? Oh, James Robinson's out. He's not playing as well. That, I wouldn't touch that backfield. There's nobody else worth picking up. That's a complete waste of time, people. That is not something I would be looking forward to. I'm sorry if you lost James Robinson in the championship. That is a hard blow. That is a low blow, but he's definitely one of those waiver wire heroes this year. I'll crown him that, probably rookie of, the year for fantasy. I definitely think that he stepped up, showed out, and showed that he can handle that RB1 workload and be, useful in the passing game as well, which is dope. So I definitely do love, James Robinson in 2021. He's definitely one of those guys. He'll probably be in the 3rd round. He'll be floating there in the 3rd round, I think. If he goes any higher, I'm not touching him. That's a no-go because we know the Jaguars suck. They should be pushing for the number 1 overall, so they should be getting their QB. Damn, man, I covered basically everybody I covered. None of you guys are dropping questions. You all watching, but ain't dropping questions. A lot of you are probably dropping questions in the comment section, and I cannot see them because you need to click on the video and then comment. There's that. But anyway. Let's see. I got a couple questions on Instagram as well. So if you're starting Tyler Lockett this week, I will pray for you. I'm going back to the Ram game. If you are starting Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf, I will pray for you. They just came off of, putting up single-digit numbers. Oh, there it is. Robert, thank you for joining, man. How you doing? Make sure you like and subscribe. If you are new here, help your boy out. Help me help you. Now, Zeke or Pollard? I definitely, man, it's a hard decision. Here's my thing about the Pollard situation and Zeke. Pollard is not going to get enough volume. He's not going to get enough touches for us to believe that he could be fantasy relevant. He could pop off for 10 points, but 10 points is not helping you in your RB2 spot. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like Pollard's not going to get enough volume. He's not going to get enough touches. And with Zeke, it's kind of like you drafted Zeke so high. You got to play your investment. You got to play your studs, even though he hasn't been playing like a stud. But he's still going to have those snap opportunities, still going to have that scoring opportunity, et cetera, et cetera. Division game, again, I really feel like they're going to try to get Zeke involved as well. I don't know how hurt he is, but even a 50-50 split, I'm still leaning towards Zeke for the simple fact I don't think Tony Pollard's going to get enough workload to actually put up fantasy relevant points. So I got to, unfortunately, really unfortunately, I'm sorry you're stuck in this situation, but I got to go Zeke. I got to go Zeke, man. I just don't see there enough work for Tony Pollard. Again, that's just my opinion. Oh, Chase Claypool. That's one of the guys that I forgot to play. I'm not feeling Chase Claypool in the championship right now. I'm not feeling that he's going to be very serviceable. I definitely think, Indy's defense is something to actually fear for. You can't sleep on them. You cannot just cut them out. I see you, Robert. Le'Veon Bell and Montgomery. Are you asking which one to start instead of Zeke and Pollard? What do you mean? In what format? But back to Chase Claypool. I mean, Indy is a defense that shows up and shows out. Not exactly, every single game, but it is what it is. But Chase Claypool has been, becoming very touchdown dependent. I'm sitting Big Ben as well. Big Ben doesn't look like a good play this week. I definitely think that the wide receivers will suffer, but one or two of them could end up putting up like 10 to 15 points, which is okay, which is great. That's them finding the end zone. But Big Ben, man, he looked fucking terrible against Cincinnati. That was a massacre for him. That was embarrassing. And I definitely don't think, I'm going to roll the dice with him in championship week. And I definitely don't think, I'm playing Chase Claypool at all. Next up. I cover Hunt. If you're just now joining, I cover Kareem Hunt. He's going to have a smash day. He's a smash play this week. I definitely think that, with them losing 4 wide receivers, it should be obvious that you need to plug and play Kareem Hunt because he's very useful in the passing game. He's going to get all the red zone touches, the goal line touches. He's going to have scoring opportunity. That's going to be there specifically for him, being that they have 4 wide receivers out. So there's that. Robert, where'd you go? Still waiting. But if you're asking Le'Veon Bell and Montgomery, if you're asking who you should be putting in, you definitely should be putting in Monty. That is a for sure thing against the Jags that are broken right now. So I definitely think Monty is the best play out of Zeke, out of Pollard, out of Le'Veon Bell as well. Even though Le'Veon Bell, he does give me an attractive play to be an RB1 this week, to be the guy being that CEH is out. And again, he's on a high power offense. They're going to be moving the ball down the field. We already seen Le'Veon Bell get the goal line touches. We already seen, Le'Veon Bell get passes out of the backfield. We've seen what he did in Pittsburgh, the Jets, etc. So even with CEH healthy there, we've seen Le'Veon Bell get the goal line and red zone touches, being that CEH is terrible. He is god awful, in the red zone. So I definitely think, Le'Veon Bell can have himself a nice week. He can help you guys, bring home the gold and celebrate Monday or Tuesday morning that you were now the 2020 champion. So I definitely do like Le'Veon Bell, but I don't like Le'Veon Bell over Monty this week. Monty's going to have a smash play game. The matchup is against the Jags. That is just a no-brainer there, Robert. What up, Coach? I already answered that question. Let me jump back to J.D. McKisson. I'm going to jump back to the Washington game. All this is depending on if Haskins can play. Hopefully he doesn't fuck it up. Hopefully he doesn't end up, just being total shit because Terry McLaurin is out. So they need a second option for those targets. And I think it'll be Logan Thomas or it'll be J.D. McKisson. Again, I don't think Gibson is going to be very serviceable. It's going to be very disappointing. It's going to be disappointing for the simple fact with the injury, he could re-aggravate that ankle and he could be out. He could be on a snap count. He could be limited. He could have like a 30 to 40% snap opportunity, which isn't something great. We definitely need, Gibson. I can actually honestly see this happening where we'll end up seeing Peyton Barber getting those goal line touches instead of Gibson just to keep him healthy. Because again, somehow, some way, Washington is still fighting for a playoff spot. I don't know. There it is, Robert. I'm starting Le'Veon Bell, Monty, and probably go Zeke and flex. Yeah, that sounds like a plan, Robert. Best of luck. Good luck. Like I said, man, I wish we could start Tony Pollard this week. I wish Zeke was not playing at all. that would definitely be the clear option for Pollard to be in your flex. But damn, man, with Zeke playing, it hinders all that momentum. It hinders everything that we were hoping for out of Tony Pollard. But again, you got to go with Zeke, man. It's the investment. It's he's going to get max touches because Jerry Jones still sees him as the best, player on the team as of now with Dak hurt. So they're going to try to get Zeke the ball. They're going to try to get him going. Again, it's division game, very important. So they're going to go for it. What else we got? For the people who are just now joining, make sure you like and subscribe. Share the link. Help me help you. Let's get this money this week, people. A good play this week, too. Sleeper, back to that Washington game, is definitely Cam Sims. No problem, Robert. Make sure you like and subscribe, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Cam Sims for Washington with Scary Terry out. I definitely think it's a nice little smash play. Not smash, a sleeper play based on being that they need options. They need people to throw to. They need, somebody to absorb those targets that Terry McLaurin, draws. So being that he's out, somebody has to get those targets. Somebody has to absorb those. Somebody needs to catch the ball. And I like Cam Sims more so for 2021. I'm really excited about him because he's flashing that he has the ability to be a solid wide receiver too. So that'll be something to look forward to over in the offseason. I'm about to get out of here, man. I don't see any more questions. It's a slow morning. I usually do this around 12:30. That's when it's really popping off with the questions. But hopefully I was on long enough to answer all your questions, and I did a little spiel about, 11 to 12 players, and I definitely hope you guys have a good championship. Hopefully you guys can bring home the gold, and hopefully these guys pop off today that I told you should pop off based on matchup. So, again, it's all in my opinion. If you guys lose, we all lose, honestly, because I'm starting the players that I'm saying to start, obviously, as well. So it's not like you're in this by yourself. It's not like I'm just a fantasy analyst or expert, or whatever the case may be. And I also don't play fantasy football as well. I have to make my own decisions. So a lot of times I know a lot of your teams more than I know mine, which ends up being a problem. That's why I ended up losing a couple matches based on I forget to start this lineup, I forget about this league, et cetera, because I'm worried about helping you guys. That's the sacrifice that I'm making. Hopefully you guys appreciate that. So if you do appreciate that, make sure you like and subscribe for your boy. Help me get out there. Help me get my name out. Help my brand increase so I can start selling some fucking merchandise and pay some fucking bills. So there's that. For the people that are just joining, I see more people joining. I don't know why it's happening. I kind of want to get off, but if you guys are here, then drop the question so I can stay here and be productive. You're fucking up my efficiency. I'm pretty sure this is all on Facebook. Let me see. This is the second week in a row that I actually connected to Facebook. Yeah, that's Dan's gay ass. Dan, if you're still watching, you fucking queer. Anyway, man, I'm about to get off. I appreciate you guys coming through. Good luck in the championship. Hopefully you guys win. Big money, the belts, trophies, etc. Whatever. I actually have to ship this off to somebody for my subscribers league. I ended up losing over some bullshit. Thank you, Big Ben, you fuck. Putting up 5 points in my subscribers league, and I ended up coming in third, which isn't terrible. You know what I mean? I went 10-3, had a stacked team, and then Kittle got hurt, so it kind of threw some things off, but it is what it is. I'll be back next year in my subscribers league. The fact that you guys let me go that far anyway, like I was just bullshitting when I was drafting, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, I'll be back next year for the gold for my subscribers league. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're just now joining people. Like and subscribe. Join my subscribers league. I also have a jersey league. If you live in the areas of PA, New York, and New Jersey, obviously, I will be holding a jersey live draft. We'll be joining, other people around, some analysts that live in Jersey, some fans, some subscribers, or some friends, that live in Jersey. We're going to be doing a subscribers league. It's going to be Dynasty. It's going to be a 12-man. It's going to be fun, people. Super flex as well. Maybe a tight end premium. I might put that in there. But It will be a Jersey Live League, and hopefully you guys can join, and I'll drop the details on my Twitter, YouTube, etc. And I'll see you guys maybe next week for an episode just to recap the championship. Tell me how you did. But we'll see what happens. This is the last week of fantasy football, people. It is dropping a tear. So I'm getting out of here, people. Thank you for stopping by. Like and subscribe. Peace.